Hi, everybody. Scott Trent here. This is an introduction video for Art Appreciation 1301. I'll be the instructor. Uh, this is in my backyard, so there's going to be a few sounds like birds and probably kids running by, but this kind of thing nowadays. So um, I want to go over, give you a few insights into what to expect for this course. I believe it's a 7-week course, summer 3. A little bit about me. I have my PhD in emerging media and communications. I teach, I'm on the staff faculty of Tarrant County College, and then I do adjunct teaching for Collin College and do some online work. Art appreciation, I've been teaching for past almost 10 years now. It's something I'm really passionate about, but at the same time, I understand where the students are coming from. This is an elective that all the disciplines accept, and so a lot of people are just taking to knock out their elective and get on with their degrees. So that's fine, but knowing that a lot of times students don't really care about this class, and then I'm very passionate, I try to find someplace in the middle to meet you guys. And so really my emphasis is one, just giving you a quick drive-by introduction to art, just giving you insight into the arts and what's going on, and maybe developing a little bit of appreciation for you for what art is and the value of it. And then the real thing that I try to do is just get you to think a little bit. And so if I can make you think differently or see something a little bit through different lens, get a different perspective, then that's my goal, and that's what I'd like to happen. So one, let me just jump to, that's it. One of the things that I ask you guys to do is any post, anything that you submit, if you're answering a question, I ask for it to be 150 words. And the reason that I ask this is because I know that if there's some amount of words that you have to write, then it's more difficult for you to write blah, blah, blah 150 times than it is to just kind of think and have to answer the question. And this is not cumulative. This is, let's say there's a class discussion, which I think we have a couple. You'll do your initial post, 150 words, and then you'll respond to 2 fellow students' comments with 150 words. So that's 150 words each post. And even though 150 words is an arbitrary number, and it might seem like a lot, if you give any kind of consideration, think about your response, think about the answer that you're giving, 150 words is really very easy. And that's what I'm looking for. So if you don't get the full credit, a lot of times it's because you haven't put the full consideration and thought into it and answered in 150 words. So the way that I have the class set up is it's self-paced because I give you everything up front, but there's deadlines. So what that means is if you want to complete the entire course in 3 days, awesome, do it. Everything's available to you, including the final exam. But if you are pacing it out or fitting it in between other things or doing it at a more normal pace, then I have deadlines set up, and I give you your assignments through the modules. There's 7 modules, 1 for each week, and within the modules there's assignments, tasks, quizzes, and lectures. That's where you'll find the link to my lectures. You'll find the links to the quizzes and assignments and exercises. I also use announcements. There's, like, for instance, there'll be a link to this video in the announcements, so that you can get general information. A lot of times students will email me with issues or concerns that I have overlooked or not done a good job of explaining or even making things available. And so I'll use the announcements to get that out to everyone. So be sure to check on the announcements and then go over to modules and to find your assignments and tasks and exercises and quiz. There's writing assignments. There's 5 of those. On a couple, I'll lecture on the topic, so you need to make sure and consider that. So for instance, like, what is art? I have a lecture on that, and I will be able to know if you've watched that lecture by your response on what is art, because there's a lot of different answers there, and I'm looking for a specific answer. But at the same time, this is you also are asked to research the topic that I put up. So there's 5 different topics. What is art? Sculpture's one. Performance, the illusion of art. These are all different subjects that are in your writing assignment. And there's deadlines on those, and they're spread out throughout the course. What I'm looking for with the writing assignments is a 1 page, just 1 page. Being succinct is actually a talent, and it's a skill. You have to know what you're talking about to be very precise and summarize things quickly. And that's where I also ask that you just bullet point. This isn't an English class. I don't care about your grammar. I don't care about your spelling even. As a matter of fact, don't waste the 1 page with the title of the course and my name and your name and the date. And, that's just bullet point the facts that you get from the reading and my lecture, if there is a lecture. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for BS. Don't fill it in. Don't tell me your opinion. This is a research paper. Tell me what you find. And so then I'll jump to the textbook. There is a suggested textbook by Collin College Fine Arts Department. And the publishing company and the bookstore. Everybody loves the textbook, and it's great. It's an awesome textbook. And I should have a digital link to the textbook by the publisher where you can order it. But so that you have that. But I will tell you, any textbook will work. Any edition, any textbook. I used to, for my art appreciation class, go and at the beginning of each semester, go and find a textbook on Amazon that was under $1. This could be a used, slightly used, a lot used, 3rd edition, 1st edition, doesn't matter, textbook, art textbook. And it's going to give you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for visual elements. I'm looking for definitions of art and crafts and fine art. And any textbook's going to have that. Now, it's not going to align with the page numbers that I have set out in the syllabus, but that doesn't matter. So any textbook could work. The other thing is there's this amazing resource that is available to you called the internet. And the internet's fine. Wikipedia is awesome. But you got to know how to use it. And the problem is you as a student don't know what you're looking for. And so when you go out and you have this amazing resource like the internet or Wikipedia or any of the websites that are very informative and researched and legitimate, you don't know the good stuff with the bad stuff. You don't know how to tell if what you're reading is right. One way you do that, and one way that you use the internet as a research tool, is you got to get 5 sources. If you're looking for a piece of information and you can find 5 sources, 5 different independent websites or documents or publications or whatever, blogs, Wikipedia, it doesn't matter. But if all 5 of those agree on that information, it's golden, it's good. But if you go and you find one definition here and a different definition here and a different definition here, and someone else has a thought about this, then you haven't done it. You haven't researched it legitimately. And so, for instance, there's an exercise for visual elements. And you're going to go and get a definition, and it's going to be in context to the sciences or physics or some other discipline and not the arts discipline that I'm looking for. So it needs to be art-centric. So it makes it a little tougher. So that's where the textbook is highly recommended, very valuable. But I understand if it's not in the budget, you don't feel like doing it for 7 weeks, blah, 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 whatever it is, I understand. But I will grade you based on the value of the information that you're finding, and then you answering questions what I'm looking for. So I want you to define the term, summarize what you read about it, and then give me 3 facts about that particular term, and that's what I'm grading on. So there's 5 writing assignments. Let's see, I'm looking at my notes, what I wanted to talk to you about. Communication, the best way to communicate with me is via email. I will get back to you within 24 hours. Grades, let me tell you, Canvas, and it's my fault, it's not Canvas, but the grade book sometimes will be a little quirky. So for instance, right now there's a quiz that I've done where I said the wrong answer. So people are putting the right answer and then it's not giving them credit. And they're like, I tried this 18 times and it's not working. So there's always going to be something like that, and I'll have to go and correct it. I have no problem correcting it. Please don't get frustrated. It's just the deal. Is I make a lot of mistakes, and but your job is to let me know if you don't have the grade that you're supposed to have, if it's not tallying correctly, if there's some issue. Just say, hey, Dr. Trent, this is going on. Can you help me out? I think I'm right on this, but it's saying I'm wrong, and I'll go in. I'll correct it immediately. Jumping back a little bit. My name's Scott Trent, and if we had a face-to-face class, I would absolutely expect you and want you to call me Scott. During the digital format, online, there needs to be some formal aspect to it, so I'll sign everything off as Dr. Trent. It's because of this platform that I do that. So when you submit a file, and there's different ways to submit files. You can email them to me to the school address, strent@collin.edu. There's submission links within assignments and exercises. And then also the Canvas message board. You can submit them that way. So if I'm not getting it, missing, make sure and email me and say, hey, Scott, I submitted this and you still have a 0 for you. Please correct that, or email it to me. When you email a document or submit any document, make sure your first and last name is in the file name, the title, the file name, the way it's saved. So Bob Smith, Art and Illusion, exercise number 3, whatever it is. Put your name on there. It helps me organize. I have multiple classes, many students, and it's just, if I get an assignment without a name on it, it's really hard for me. And so what I have to do is then I resave it with your name on it. It's just a pain in the butt. It makes me work more than I want to work. All right, guys. So that's there'll be a couple other lectures. I lecture on all the art periods, and then there's quizzes that follow up on that. You can find that in the modules. So you'll be watching a lot of me blather on about this subject, which I love, but hopefully you'll have the same level of interest that I do. I'll put on a couple other lectures as far as like explaining the collage. There's one on modeling a story. The year I fed the coyote, I'll put that up. And if you have any issues or concerns, be sure and contact me, email me, and let me know what's going on. So I look forward to seeing you guys online. Welcome to the class, and here we go.